10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Spirit's turn to ban. Seconds
because
remaining.
it would have to be a mid. It would definitely be able to arm that.
5 seconds
So,
remaining.
a little bit of an interesting ban. Doesn't strike me as like super strong here, but maybe they would just want to have like a filler ban. We call that like a ban, but not actually a ban.
Yeah, they're less sure. You know, why not? Chuck it out there. Team Spirit banning out the puck and picking up the Monkey King for your Toro, I should assume.
Yeah.
Do you like that, Black?
Yeah, it goes very much in line with what I wanted them to do earlier. It's just pick a very strong lane against Night Stalker and crush him in lane. If it's really a Bane Monkey, this Night Stalker is not going to have a lot of fun. Like, he is going to suffer before the first laning phase. Before the first night phase, sorry.
It's a scary lane, the Monkey lane. How do you react to that if you're OG?
With a Quap, apparently.
Apparently, that sounds like you don't like it.
I mean, it could be a mid-quap. It could also be... Like, no, it has to be mid-quap, right?
No one plays carry quap, do they? I mean, some people play 4 quap, but they have a 4.
10 seconds.
Atizi does, but he's not playing. It could be like some sort of 4 quap, which is very strong against Monkey King, perhaps.
For the Weaver
Pretty
5.
early quap pick, though. Yeah, on Weaver 5.
Misha doesn't play a huge amount of Weaver. Oh, sorry.
Or they could really just put the quap in the off lane to have a good matchup against the Monkey King and then put the Night Stalker somewhere else.
Night Stalker needs a good lane, right? Trying to get into that first night without really losing too much. And
Lion.
now Lion. So that, yeah, that looks, well, I like Lion more 4 than 5. I guess that's my own bias. I would like Lion 4 and then Weaver 5 in this situation.
I'd agree. I think Lion 4 has a lot more potential. Get that fast blink, pick off potential. That being said, though, there's a lot of save on the Spirit side. You have the Nightmare, the defensive Astrals. It's not going to be easy to find any pick-off.
What do they need to top up this draft, OG, then? What are the signs pointing towards?
OG, they're definitely... That's why I picked the Quap also. They're definitely lacking damage. Like Weaver, Night Stalker, and Lion are not a lot of damage early on. Like, they kind of transition to the mid-game, start getting a lot of damage post-Vessel on the Weaver. So they definitely need a carry. If it's not a carry Night Stalker, that deals a lot of damage.
Who deals a lot of damage?
Like a Drow Ranger or so. Yeah, really just a DPS-focused carry. They got a lot of stuns, a lot of control. Now they're lacking the damage department.
Do you think they have enough protection for a Drow? Because I think that OD and the Monkey can get on the Drow pretty effectively.
Yeah, I mean, they do have Night Stalker, who always plays on the vision advantage, of course, and the Weaver, that kind of does the same thing, but it would be a pretty risky Drow pick.
Has arrived.
I go Dark Willow. Gosh.
Yeah,
I really am worried for OG's laning phase and what they're going to do early on in this game. Spirit feels so
OD
strong.
Willow is so strong, too.
Yeah.
You get Astral, they put the root on top of you, then you get Orb Paris, double range. Whatever carry you pick, it better be a range hero, because I don't think you're going to be very happy as a melee hero here.
Yeah, stepping up into that lane is going to be super difficult against that duo. And it just feels like the side lanes right now for Spirit feel pretty secure.
What's the cherry on top for Spirit then that OG are going to look to snatch away?
Well, I thought it was going to be Ember or Void, so let's see if they ban both of them. Ember already being banned out, of course. And if they do ban both, Puck is already out. Like, the mid pool is pretty limited at this point. You could pick something like a Death Prophet. It could just frontline and give information to your OD and a Monkey King, potentially. Or Toronto Tokyo also likes his Lina. A little bit risky against Night Stalker and Quap, though.
Still TA as well, he likes. Still Tiny, maybe. Tiny, but probably doesn't fit for me.
Yeah, it's gonna... Or maybe he's gonna surprise with a new one. Like a And just go
10
random
seconds
Brood Mother. Why not?
Inch
never know.
apparition mid.
The deadly
style on
classic.
I'd be hyped for it. I'm a little shocked that they banned the PA because we were just talking about how you really want a range safe laner.
It's damage though, isn't it? And it's
Yeah.
kind
Yeah,
of,
it's a pure DPS focus. Yeah. If for some reason the lane goes wrong and PA gets a good game, that is one of those heroes that can really just destroy your lineup.
OG banning
especially
out
just-
the Wind Ranger, suggesting they are somewhat comfortable with the Void Spirit, although to me this doesn't look like a very comfortable draft either way. So we'll see.
5 seconds remaining.
Last Spirit ban coming out. Any snap predictions
Yeah.
back?
OG.
Get
I
into
mean,
his head.
SF.
Ooh.
SF.
Well,
That's
it
like
also
range
goes in
damage.
line with the, sort of like the Drow idea.
Mhm.
Just a pure DPS range backliner. And well, now what do you pick? Yeah, there's Medusa, there's Drow Ranger. Medusa doesn't deal the most damage.
I think it's going to be the Drow
10
for me.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, also the Arcana, of course. That would make it
5
more sense.
seconds remaining.
You got to try it
Why
out.
not
Gives
show
you
it
an
off?
extra 10% power.
Yeah. It's just whatever you pick, it's gonna be so difficult regardless. Like that lane is just
Team
absurd.
Spirit's turn to pick.
Templar Assassin.
It's a TA again.
Do you like it?
It's pretty rough against Odie because every AWP attack like removes 2 of the reflection charges. It's a separate instance. So, and Dark Willow is not weak against TA either, right? There's a lot of little instances from her
10
ult.
seconds remaining.
I think it felt more like they were forced into something like this, and they weren't very comfortable with the draw idea because it's not very protected. But it makes sense. It's a hero they need. It's gonna be hard regardless. Now Spirit, are they just gonna go Void Spirit, Cookie Cutter? Underlord.
Yeah, they might expect the TA to go mid, and they just want to follow the OD with the TA or wherever the TA goes.
So it's a mid OD then against the Quap, which makes a lot of sense. But that makes the top lane a little easier for the TA, I'd say. So, yeah, I mean, I like the Underlord last pick. It gives them what they needed, like a frontliner. I hear they can really give information, tank up, build all the tanky items, like Atos, Mac, Pipe if they need it. So since I liked it a lot.
OG's still discussing who's going to take which. They might do a little bit of a switcheroo here.
Yeah. Which generally I don't really think that's a good sign, you know? Like if you change something so last minute, it can really backfire. Like you usually want to go into the end of a draft and be like, so it's a mid TA now, so they adjust
Yeah.
it. Very Quap.
Yeah. BZM picking up that mid TA. Any predictions, Beacop?
I gotta go Spirit. They were ready with the OD. I'm a little surprised that they went with the TA at the end of the day, and then especially they're just willing to lane it up against the OD. I think that is going to be, again, this is another game where it's super reliant that OG do well in the lanes, and it could really collapse if they don't. So yeah, it just feels like it's going to be all Spirit again.
Black, what can OG do to turn the tide here?
Yeah, I think, as Beacop alluded to, it's very important that the Night Stalker doesn't get completely shut down, which is going to be hard against Bane Monkey. Like, that lane is so ridiculously hard. And then the only silver lining I have for them is that the Quap should, in theory, have a very good lane against the Underlord. So that should go well for them. But then TA is going to have a lot of problems against the OD. Your bot lane is more likely than not going to get pretty destroyed as well. And we have seen what happened last time when Spirit gets off to a good, out of a good laning phase. I gotta go with Spirit as well, but I'm always happy to be surprised by OG.
Yeah.
Okay, well, can OG weave a victory in this game too, or will the Spirit train continue? Choo-choo. We go into game 2 with Nomad and Lizard.
Thank you very much, Dan and the gang. Yeah, that's right. We've got game number 2 on the way, and these lanes could be looking a little bit difficult for OG. Lizard, do you share the sentiment of your fellow analysts?
It's hard not to after the first game, right? You tend to be biased towards a team that had like 20-2 score line. But if you remember old days of Liquid when Taiga was still in that team, they would switch things around a little bit. If Boxy is having a really tough lane, they would put Taiga on that position 3, and Boxy would be the real 4. Maybe this is something that they might consider here with Amar. I don't like position 4 Night Stalker that much, but when you're playing versus a Monkey King, that's usually what teams do. right? They switched to Ignisha.
Yeah, he's I don't think he's living through this one. I'll just say that. Goodbye, little lion man. You're not as brave.
So they hit them with what OG did to them, right? Like, it's a bit of a revenge. OG, however, they didn't manage to get first blood in that last game in this manner, but they did punish them quite heavily.
Yep. So, you know, the old monkey see, monkey do from Team Spirit. And they do get their Dark Willow, the first blood there. So, let's find out how this one breaks down. We have got Tiger playing the Weaver, a hero who's pretty damn comfortable on, to be honest. Could be in some trouble here, though. Still 5 seconds until that Sakuchi. I don't think they have enough damage to bring him down, though. Nightmare comes out.
But there's no damage. He also Sakuchi away.
Yeah. They're committing, though. The sentry's down, but yeah, Tiger... Oh, and they left the bounty rune. How lovely.
He needs to go base, though, right? Will he? It looks like he won't. He actually ate that one extra tango, and he's going top because they're starting as a tri lane.
Interesting. So you talked about switching it up. Well, this is one way to do it. 3 heroes in the top lane. That is definitely not what we were expecting from OG.
You can see the Team Spirit is kind of expecting this. That's why they didn't start laning instantly with their cores. Underlord and Monkey will switch things around, and this Sakuchi should...
Yeah, Tiger's got him.
There's a Fairy Fire as well, but he should still get him, I think.
Oh, tried to go for the body blocks. No, didn't make the body blocks, therefore Mira will get away, but still bullied out of lane for a time being. But there's what both supports committed to. Oh,
maybe
hello,
not.
Mira, not again. Oh, Tiger, one more hit. It will be enough. Ideal circumstance, right? You've removed that Dark Willow from the lane for such a long time.
Yeah, you removed her from the lane. I always come back to the fact that she will TP in with a lot of regen now, as that free TP as well, so that helps. But I'm surprised that they're tri-laning top. I guess you can't help the Night Stalker, and this is another way of approaching this situation. Like, dual lane or solo lane, it's all the same for the Night Stalker. He's not gonna get a lot. So just focusing on your strengths might be the better thing.
Yeah. Amar, he's very much being sacked this time around. They realize that there's no sense trying to win the unwinnable and just leave Amar, the fucker, down here by himself.
Amar, what? The fine gentleman?
Yes, the funny chap.
The flower.
Indeed,
yes,
indeed.
Of course.
How's our middle lane going? Hopefully things go a little bit better for BZM this time around. He's had some rough lanes in the tournament so far, but looks like it's going well versus OD to start things off. So we'll be going pretty even for now.
All fine and dandy until OD gets that Meteor Hammer. He already has the ring, so he won't be zoned. He shouldn't be zoned out of the lane any longer.
Wow, OD Meteor Hammer, there's a new one. Oh, Misha turning up to the bottom lane and getting a decent amount of damage out onto onto Yatoro. Yatoro getting himself be okay, so won't be a kill. Meanwhile, up on top, though, Tiger in some trouble, but Collapse also getting very, very low here, as Yuragi will be able to bring down the Underlord. Yes, Tiger dies, but honestly, that's a win for OG in my books.
Well, that's a win for OG on both lanes, right? On top lane, they kill off the Underlord, and on the bottom lane, they force out the Monkey King a little. Probably Monkey still is not level 3. Once he hits that level 3, things get a bit more difficult as he heals up quite a bit more afterwards if you trade hits with him.
Level 1 is a bit of a bait in a lot of circumstances, but this is a rotation. OG's so dynamic in this laning phase, and this might be a kill onto Maposhka. In fact, it very much is going to be a kill onto it. Oh, I say that, Fairy comes out. The right clicks will be needed. Not enough. Never mind, Maposhka might be getting back the Tiger. He's so hungry for it. Give me the kill, he says. Yes, I might die here. He's not even going to die here, in fact. OG, they are just playing this bottom lane beautifully right now. Really good to see after the disaster that was last game. They just come bouncing back, and very hopeful stuff so far at this only 4-minute mark.
And Tiger gets that bounty rune as well, and he's sticking around. They might go again. He did not go away, remember. So now his options are go control the rune or go bottom. I think the rune will be the case. It's pretty solid. I mean, for Toronto Tokyo, that's not really a big deal because he's an OD, he doesn't have a bottle, he goes for the Ring of Protection, so having that rune or not a huge difference for him.
This is a very promising sign for OG as well. You know, you love to see it when, and especially a new team, is able to come back from a loss and actually, you know, show a lot of life. And we're only in the start phase of this game, but this is definitely looking like a team which isn't going to let themselves just be stamped out in that first match.
I guess being really careful there. They almost got him. They caught him in the sleep while he was Sukuchit, but top lane Yuragi, he doesn't have a blink for 5 seconds. Oh, they
could be in some trouble. Oh, the root is a little bit early there, but of course he doesn't know the cooldown of Blink. Actually, Mira's the one taking a lot of damage, and Tiger, he's here once again, here to clean up the kill onto Mira. Yuragi still healthy enough as they continue to whack away at Collapse. Of course, that big old slug, he's not going to go down. You need more than salt to kill this guy.
Yeah, so we were talking about that last game and how flawless the laning stage looked for Spirit. They're showing small signs of weaknesses in this game, like Collapse. They use Pit of Malice and they use Bramble Maze at the same time, more or less, while Queen of Pain is already stunned, plus the Brambles do not connect. These small little things, like they can lead to a kill or a counter kill that happened on top lane.
Ooh, this was interesting as well. Misha was so ready to TP in. He was like, all right, this guy's got Meteor Hammer. I need to be there to interrupt it. But actually, the OD had already used on a camera. Ma down at bottom, 3 heroes on top of him. No one here to TP because the line just came to mid. The Weaver's not available. So Amar, he's going to have to do some fancy footwork here. But actually, he's not. He just runs into the tower and they just don't chase on Team Spirit.
It feels like they stacked up their spells once again. Not properly enough. Maybe they're feeling a bit too relaxed after the first game. It can happen. I've seen teams do exactly that, but so far looking way, way better for OG. And the nighttime is there. This Night Stalker, he's not only survived the daylight, he tried it. Like, he has almost the same amount of CS as the Monkey King. This went way, way better than I imagined.
Wow.
Chill, bro. Chill and flex, bro.
Amar doing very well.
Yeah.
We're looking. It is nighttime. Toronto Tokyo getting jumped on a mid, going for the TP out, and I don't think they have the damage to take him down before he gets himself away. Meanwhile, down at bottom, Misha's here with an invis room, but they have that sentry locking the camp, which is kind of unfortunate for poor old Misha here, as he's going to get stunned up and most likely killed off here. Stuns up, but they're positioned themselves correctly, so he can only get one of them, and Misha will fall.
Yeah, that sentry rune that sentry ward, actually scouted out Taiga before, so
yeah,
they didn't communicate that well enough. Meanwhile, on that mid lane, what happened is Toronto Tokyo actually caught himself. He went close to TA and then astraled himself. Bottom lane.
Yep, and they've got the Nightmare in. This is allowing TPs to come across from OG, and of course Misha's back in the country. However, he has been stunned up. Now the counter-aggression comes out from OG. They're piling in the damage onto the Willow. They want to get this kill. Toro, considering going in here, just decides to take off the bug. And I think it's going to be Team Spirit who are on the defensive. Amar's going to pop that ulti just to get the kill on Mira, blows him up. They're looking towards the Monkey King, but they don't really want to engage him head on. But now he gets off that Jingu. They will be forced back on OG, but Amar's still sticking around that tree line there. He knows where he's strong. It's nighttime. He's got that ultimate ticking over, and he's
been sold, right? He's been sold as well. There's a mango in case they want to make a move. They can mango either the Weaver or Misha. But Yatoro, he knows the lane is pushing in, and because of that, he's fine to just wait for it. Wasn't overly aggressive. How's mid lane doing? So far, this tier 1 on the mid lane is actually it's missing 4 HP. And that's a huge success for BZM. You're playing versus an OD. You haven't lost the tower at all.
That's a healthy old tower in the middle lane. OG gonna be happy about that one. I mean, BZM, he's just clearing these waves, going to jungle, you know, classic TA BS. It's what she do so well.
I was just thinking, like, this top lane that we completely ignored because it's kind of, you know, not really that interesting. Queen of Pain has 55 CS versus 29 on Collapse, so as expected, he's doing really well. Mid lane.
All right, here's the hammer, but Misha's in the neighborhood. Going to cancel that one out easily enough. Maposhka comes in, but unfortunately with that hammer being cancelled, the opportunity for an aggressive play from the side of Team Spirit is pretty much none. BZM knows this and just runs in to scoop up some more creeps. He's doing exactly what he should, just farming up a storm.
It's not the easiest game for OD as well when you think about it. The hero is, I mean, in one of the best spots. Maybe beginning of last year, he was completely broken. Now he's slightly broken. But you are playing versus this Night Stalker and the Lion. Once they get these blinks, once they are able to get on top of you, it becomes harder. But I like this move from Toronto Tokyo. They're moving bottom. They want to take the tier 1. Perhaps kill off Amar in between.
So I've seen them, because he is just hightailing it away. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, there's some aggression going on. They've managed to find the Underlord in the jungle, and Collapse will not be surviving this engagement. Yeah, and down at bottom, they've just got a Night Stalker. I mean, he's under their ward, but he doesn't care. It's a Night Stalker at night time. You're not sneaking up on him, unfortunately. Oh, no, that ward's
Yeah,
over.
you can't catch him.
Radiant's bottom tower.
There's no way. They can catch the tier 1 on the bottom lane, so they'll slowly start going for that. But I like the OG's response. They're going mid.
It's under attack. Radiant's bottom tower.
You can argue that this is more important, but the Underlord TPing in, perhaps he can stop it. Just Firestorm away and that's it. So OG will actually not defend the bottom tower, and at the same time will not take the tier 1 mid.
And the Queen of Pain is shoving in top, but meanwhile we've got a Sleepy Weaver over in the triangle. Miriam and Poshko just bullying poor old Tiger here. Tiger not level 6, no way out of this one. He's going to get killed off. Couldn't navigate the bramble maze, unfortunately.
As you mentioned, like these small little kills like here on Weaver, for me they don't truly matter that much. He's doing his job, he's invading the enemy jungle, giving some info, warding up and whatnot. This top lane, however, can they kill Yuragi? That's my question, because Miposhka does not have 6. He might get it after all 3 creeps.
It's what he's waiting for, isn't it? But now he realizes that Yuragi's running away. He's getting a little bit too hungry here, and just got OG, they've called in the cavalry, and they want to blow up this bane as quickly as possible. They will not be able to, though, as Mira comes in with a great fear onto the 2 cores, pushing them back and saving Miposhka, who does now have the level 6.
Amar? He's trying to go a bit deeper.
He's tempted, isn't he? He is so tempted, but he knows that if he messes us up, it could be very costly indeed. Yeah, not happening. And, hey, Toro. How's it going, buddy? Yeah,
he jumps out instantly. But yeah, you see, like this play on top lane, like catching a Weaver there, insignificant. But this top lane, these 2 moves from both of the teams were so on point. Maybe Yuragi can be caught this time around. He still does have his blink. The stun is there.
Donk down. Yuragi taking some damage. The stun's out from Misha, trying to hold back these 4 heroes, but it's one man versus the bottom. He's trying to use his body just to say, please, please leave my core alone. And in a way, it works. I mean, the Queen of Pain's out of there.
Yeah, like he prevented them from using that full grip on Queen of Pain and saves her that way. Like I'm just loving the fact that we're seeing some real quality Dota when it comes to just strategical aspect of it. We're still missing some spells. It feels like the teams, when it comes to the skill efficiency, it feels like they're 15% off of that game 1. You know, not as accurate, but the way they move across the map is still very pleasing to watch. Like defending this tier 1 on the top lane and also preventing them from killing Queen of Pain on the other hand. Like, just on point.
Really nice stuff. Yeah, totally different team from game 1, honestly. Like, they're just, I mean, I guess it always looks better when you can actually play the game after your laning phase.
Yeah, it's helpful. Collapse cannot, though. Like, this guy cannot play the game at the moment. He's going for this Atos, and when you look at his team, yeah, they don't necessarily struggle with catch, but this Atos build is very nice still on the Underlord. Versus the Queen of Pain, versus the Night Stalker, versus the Weaver, versus all of them, because you can stack up the Pit of Malice, right? Pit of Malice, Firestorm, Atos into another Pit of Malice stun. Yuragi.
Oh, Toronto Tokyo, he doesn't quite get in range. Oh no, that is a little bit awkward. Couldn't quite get off that Astral, and Yuragi just walks away from danger.
Yeah, and he's sick of it. He's actually purchased his Blink Dagger now, and from this point onwards, he should be catching these pesky heroes.
Yeah. So why do they make that movement in now rather than wait for the Blink Dagger to come out for Toronto Tokyo?
Middle tower is under attack.
Sometimes you just have to make a move as the lanes are pushing in, or you're just too eager to do something. Sometimes you see that they have this dire jungle, and you kind of anticipate where they're farming, so you try to catch the hero.
Radiant's middle tower.
Usually, they caught Taiga actually, bottom lane. He should be dead. They have grip.
He's having a little nap. Grip comes out. Well timed from Aposhka. An easy peasy pick off for the side of Team Spirit.
Yeah. And also, they didn't show the Blink Dagger on this bottom lane. It's flying in. So once Toronto Tokyo has it, they should be unaware. Misha?
Yeah, looks like there's going to be another support dead on the side of OG. Just going on a little warding mission by his lonesome. And unfortunately, does get cut down. So both supports dead on OG. Some nice movements around from Team Spirit just to punish the wantonness of the OG supports right now.
Yatoru is pretty big too. He has that Orb of Corrosion, Echo Saber going straight into the BKB, and I believe right now Team Spirit might make a move around Underlord. Meanwhile, Yatoru needs to bail from the top lane. They have 2 wards, they should scout this out. Yeah. Ooh. And because of that Blink Dagger on OD, he can rotate mid through the Radiant jungle.
But Lizard, they have snuck their way into the Roshan pit here. They've got the double anti-armor of the TA and Weaver, and of course that bug going to help tank up for the TA for a bit as well. Yeah, free 2-man Roche at 15 minutes into the game.
BZM with the Desolator definitely helps out.
Yeah,
I don't think, yeah, Team Spirit is unaware of this.
Great play, I mean, Amar could be in some trouble here. A lot of heroes on top of him, gonna pop that silence and move himself in, but the Willow's able to get off both those spells and run back into the clutch of the Night Stalker and take him down. Amar the Fallen in the top lane as Toronto Tokyo tries to blow up Tiger. Not quite enough damage. It's over HP, but this TA, she's in too deep here. Can she get the help from her team? They're just piling in to BZM. BZM will fall, but the finger of the scream takes out Yatoru at the same time. And with that Aegis, that is definitely a trade for OG. Tiger continuing to try and find the target, scouting out, getting those bugs down. They're looking for the kill on to the Dark Willow. That's only going to delay the inevitable, I believe. That glimpse from the OD, and they will take down Mira as well. 2 heroes dead on the side of Team Spirit, one of which is an all-important carry. Oh, hello, make it number 3, counting with Nomad as they take down Poshka as well. My goodness.
Yeah, my goodness, indeed. I actually felt that, okay, top lane, BZM, he got stunned.
Oh, just on the edge. His pinky toe was in that radius there, and that brings him down. However, Tiger's coming in to try and help out here. They don't want to lose their TA just like that. Oh my goodness, a melt strike. It cleaves him in half. Meanwhile, the Monkey King drops down the Wukong's command, but the TA is continuing to turn and fight. They now have to back away as they lose Yuragi. But getting the old mid laner in that fight there for the side of OG, that's just lovely for them.
Yeah, damn, this is like some non-stop action happening right there. Firestorm does manage to clip on Queen of Pain, who blinks out but still dies to the overtime damage. And now I'm feeling like Team Spirit, they're way too eager to fight. Same way they were in complete control in the last game. I'm not saying that OG is in the same driving position, right? But they are slightly ahead. And the safer play for me, for Team Spirit, would have been to sack top lane, that tier 1, because you're fighting into the darkness versus Night Stalker, and go for mid lane, which is closer to all your heroes anyway. But they decide to fight top, and they suffer some heavy casualties.
Yeah, you know, we are casting OG versus Team Spirit here. Asking these guys not to fight is like asking a flower not to grow. Talking about flowers, Amar the flower getting feared up, forced back, but he is very quick in the nighttime, so they won't actually be able to bring him down.
Yeah, that fear actually helped him out a little bit, right? Because of all the movement speed that he has, he just runs away. Poshka.
Gotta do that anyway. Weaver. It's being slapped, but Yuragi, he's in from behind. This is a bait here, and they're just gonna turn it straight around onto Toronto Tokyo. This OG is having a miserable game right now. The Poshka's gonna fall as well. OG picking them off. Meanwhile, Amar looking like he's fine. He was going on top here just to kind of bait them and keep them in the area whilst they made the play at bottom, because he knows that he can just run away.
Yep. They used the ATOS, they used the Pit of Malice, so they couldn't really catch him. And now Taiga is the one chasing, actually.
Amar the Fleer. However, Mira sticking behind. He seems to know where that sentry ward is, so he's keeping his distance. Oh no, he's walked into it now. Misha's like, I know where you are. Come here, you pesky little Willow. Sentries are down. They want to catch this Willow, and Mira might well be caught here, just plastering the floor with sentries. They don't want to leave anything up to our chance. And collapse, he's just going to peace out. See you later.
He's not going to catch the bus on Dark Willow. Everyone else does survive. And right now, if you're Team Spirit, you need to wait up for this BKB on your Toro God. Once you have that, I think perhaps you can take a fight, but it's getting increasingly difficult. TA, she is caught bottom lane though.
having a little nap. No one really nearby to help her out. Literally every other OG hero is on the other side of the map, so this will just be a kill. Wukong's command just to guarantee it, and this is a death for BZM.
Yeah, really nice catch from Iposhka. He's been on this area catching heroes for the last 10 minutes, more or less. And they do have this one ward on the cliff that's been around for like 3-4 minutes, giving a lot of vision. So there's a BKB on Amar, and he's building slowly into the Blink Dagger. Once he gets the Blink Dagger and the BKB, like OD is not going to have a lot of fun. And his only job will be, okay, I'm going to jump the OD and maybe the Bane and just keep them silenced. They won't be able to do much.
So what should we be looking for to go right for Team Spirit in these fights for it to swing in their favor?
They can still swing it in their favor for sure. Like you're looking at this BKB on Monkey King as well. If they manage to fight around Wukong's arena properly, then the Night Stalker can't perhaps be on top of his targets all the time. He will be taking way too much damage. There's a grip as well that you can catch the Night Stalker with, but it all comes down to him really. For me, it's not like all the other heroes. Yeah, you can kill, but to do that, you need to control the Night Stalker.
Meanwhile, Tiger, he's going for the Ags as well, making it even harder for these pick-off based heroes to get their target. That's going to be a really big pickup for OG as well.
It's your casual build-up right on the Weaver. You always, not always, but most of the time you go for the Vessel Wand and the Aghanims. You don't need boots or anything like that. He might be caught here.
Oh, it's a bait. It's a bait, yeah. They don't want to take it. Oh, man. I've been in this situation. My kid is like, I really want to jump this guy. Meanwhile, at the top, there's a bit of action taking place, and this will be their cue to go. Once again, with Amar showing top, they jump on bottom, but it's a trap once again. Maposhka, so very low here, might just tick out to the AoE damage. Certainly will, and down goes Mirror as well. It's going to be 2 Firagi in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, up the top, I think Night Stalker made it out absolutely
He just TP'd. He just TP'd away. There was absolutely no way of catching him.
I'm surprised. That play, though. I love that play.
I'm surprised they bit the bait on the bottom lane because of the way Taiga was baiting. You don't necessarily see a Weaver just go completely into a creep wave like that, you know, to farm it. It's like, all right, I see what you're doing there, man. Like
he's like covering himself in chocolate, you know, he's got a rose in his teeth. He's like, come get me, boys. And they're like, God damn.
Like winking, you know, like, come at me.
But what I really liked about that from OG, right, is that Amar's like, yeah, like they're not taking the bait bottom. Okay, we've got to add a little bit more and another worm to this hook. He just engages on top, you know. He lulls them into this false sense of security that they're making a play on top or something. At least the Night Stalker's not there. That's a trigger for Team Spirit to then go, okay, yeah, we'll commit to this kill, and it does not work out for them.
Yeah, Underlord now, he has completed the Crimson Guard together with the Rod of Athos, so some extra blocking capabilities versus the TA always comes in handy. The TA that has completed the BKB now. This is pretty much it for OG. All they have to do is secure the dire jungle and wait for Aegis. Wait for Roshan to respond, that is.
And that is Team Spirit's cue as well. They need to be contesting this Roshan. You cannot let OG get it for free. We'll see what Team Spirit are able to do. It's been a rough game for them so far, but they are by no means out of it yet. They're still very capable of fighting up into them.
Oh, for sure. There's Aghanims now completed on Toronto Tokyo too. And they might even look at that as their signal to go fight.
Plus, you know, I hate to mention it again, but these guys won TI. They are more than capable of weaseling themselves out of tricky situations. In fact, it won them their fair share of, what, $40 million? So
yeah, it's just a small change.
Bit of pocket change.
Yeah. They did smoke up, all 5 of them. And there is a smoke on the other side too. So OG, they are expecting a fight around the tier 2. OG, they do not have a lot of vision, however. I'm not seeing any Radiant Wards. Do you see any Radiant Wards in the Dire Jungle?
Not that I can see.
Yeah, so the vision is definitely on the Dire side, at least for a small part. Plus they have the outpost.
So what are Team Spirit looking for here? How do they start this fight? What's their dream initiation?
I feel like the best thing that you could do is put Night Stalker so low perhaps not kill him, but get him so low that he cannot really impact the fight in any meaningful way. He's the one that completely breaks your side apart, right? And then if you could connect with the Wukong's command so that OD is completely free to do whatever he wants to, it's the perfect scenario for them. And if you're OG, you're just trying to disrupt the supports and the OD at the beginning. Like the Bane mustn't get his grip off, the OD mustn't get his Aghanim Scepter to full use.
So a lot needs to go Team Spirit's way, but at the same time, you know, OG, they do have squishy heroes. Queen of Pain, Templar Assassin, if they can be isolated and blown up by this OD, he is going to do a lot of damage to them. They're not tanky, but they have those BKBs, which is really
exactly important. Right. The BKBs are a huge part, and that's why they rushed them on all 3 cores. Night Stalker got his as literally his first item. TA, yeah, a little bit after, but Queen of Pain as well is going for that BKB. She's pretty close to it.
Oh, this is going to be good. On pause comes out. Team Spirit, what is the plan? They're holding the line for now. Watching, waiting, seeing when their time to strike is. They have lost this tower already, but they want to catch them as they come back to check Roshan. That is the play here. Whoever comes forward first might just get their lives completely taken out of their hands.
They're waiting for them. Weaver is running straight into their hands.
Perfect. They know exactly where they're going.
Shot.
Oh, the blink out. They don't catch anyone.
They caught
now.
TA.
Okay, who they got? It's TA with the BKB available, so they know it's not really a great target, but they got the grip. The BKB didn't come off. TA, she might be dead here. She is gone. Great scream out from Yuragi, but with the TA dead, I'm not sure OG can fight this. They're trying to find a way into this one, but it's just not happening. BZM and Yuragi both lying dead on the ground. Amar trying to make something happen as he tries to bully this OD. He thinks if I can take out one, I might stop them doing Roche, but no, not the case. Nish is going to die as well. Amar just goes to the trees and TPs away. And guess what? This is such a short respawn on Roshan. Just 10-15 seconds on this Roche clock, and it is already back. This is absolute dream scenario for Team Spirit.
The worst thing is, something that looked so good for OG ended up being so bad for them. Keep in mind, Lion blinked out of that Pit of Malice, right? They didn't catch him. They didn't catch another hero that ran right next to them, right? The Weaver, right next to the stairs. But then, because Lion doesn't have that blink, he's unable to stop the grip. And Night Stalker, he was like 10 gold away from the blink dagger as well. So he was unable to break Bane's grip on the TA. I think that's pretty much the golden, the best scenario, dream scenario for Team Spirit.
Who knew that that's how it was actually supposed to go down? They split the team fight in half, and the saves are too far away from cause. Yep. And wow.
Sometimes it's a little bit of luck as well. Sometimes the fate just looks your way. That Lion using the blink to escape, it helped them out so much because instantly they get this small window in which they can kill off TA, and they utilize it really, really well, as they always do, at least since TI.
Yeah, and it all started from that great trap, didn't it? Like, they knew they would come back and check Roshan, so they're just waiting, see who comes and does it, and yeah. In the end, it goes great. And now they're the ones with an Aegis in their hand. They've neutralized the net worth advantage. It is now pretty much dead even on gold. And they might have just found themselves a Mar in the middle lane. He's popping that BKB, trying to get himself back. Will be able to do that. He's a pretty quick hero. Does survive. Still BKB charge down. Meanwhile, BZM being very aggressive here, trying to catch out Maposhka.
Rip again.
Now the Rip comes out, sir. You might be in some trouble. Goodbye, BZM. A little bit too ambitious there, going for the Bane kill.
Yeah, they need to put some more respect now on Miposhka and his Bane. He's getting extremely easy kills on these targets that bought BKBs. They need to fight together. OG feels a little bit lost. You do have ways of preventing the Bane grip, but they're just too split out. Like Taiga here. Okay, this happens, right? Like, you got caught by OD, you're trying to farm up your Aghanims. But the mid lane is the problem.
Yeah, that's a double damage Monkey King, by the way, guys. Kind of scary with the Desolator on top of that. Might need to do something about this, OG. Is there anything they can do about this? Lion's trying to pump out that damage, but looks like, oh, Monkey getting very low. Oh, okay, Yuragi with the swipes from the sidelines. And then look at the collapse as well. They want to bring him down. The Monkey King can come back into this, and they will do exactly that. Goodbye, collapse. Wow, what a defense from OG there.
That was some really sweet defense by Misha and Yuragi. The way they comboed their spells, the Impale, the Scream of Pain into Sonic Wave, just really well played. Yatoro God, he was a little bit too greedy there, right? Like he had that double damage and he thought, I'm just gonna heal up on this puny line and take their side, and that's it. Slightly greedy from their side, but really well executed by OG.
Well.
I still feel like Team Spirit, not a lot has changed, unless OG changed the way they're approaching these fights. They need to control Miposhka. It's the bottom line.
Indeed. Hopefully the next fight they take, they'll be able to keep their formation strong and not get caught out. Of course, when they get the Ags on the Weaver, I think it kind of changes a bit.
They do have it. Yeah.
Oh, they have it now?
Yeah.
Okay, that's big then, right? Because that means the focus on the Miposhka isn't quite as strong. You can time-lapse whoever gets caught by that Bane ultimate and hopefully save them. But still, it's still important.
It helps out, definitely.
It's like a safety buffer, you know?
Yeah, now it's on Team Spirit as well to think about the Weaver. I'm not sure if they noticed that he has Aghanims. He is smoked though, and Taiga might be the first one that runs in.
Yep, immediately scooches himself back. These traps now silencing up Collapse. Amar feels like they're just trying to poke the BKB out of him, see if they can get an overreaction there, but Amar, he stays still. Amar, the calm.
From the same cloth.
Miposhka is still smoked up, and there's a Weaver illusion going his way. Oh, is he baited here?
Nah, they see the damage it's taking, right?
Yeah, they see the damage.
Yeah. I was worried for a minute there.
Yeah, good thing he didn't grip instantly. That would have been pretty sad.
Love this. Both teams moving very carefully across the map. They do see Yuragi here, of course, has that BKB. Might be full. Oh, Tiger's just literally sitting right behind him, behind a singular tree.
Right behind that tree, you know, like your kid is about to fight and you're just standing there waiting to see what's gonna happen. Just in case he does something bad, you're gonna get him out.
Possibly in parenting is quite something. Yuragi got the BKB. You look around on Toronto, Tokyo also puts a BKB and just pieces out of this one. So instead, let's turn their attention towards Collapse. But of course, that BKB is ending. I'll be a little bit careful here, but I don't think they do actually. They've got no OD, they've got no Monkey either. Everyone's backing away on the side of Team Spirit. They recognize the situation is pretty bad for them, so they will just clear out and sacrifice poor old Collapse, who has been sacrificed a lot this game.
To defend the culture, to prevent any violence from happening, you're standing there to see if they can sort it out as gentlemen.
Ah, right, there we go. Good
That's
recovery.
what I meant. Yeah.
Good recovery.
That's obviously what I meant.
Team Spirit, they're coming back. They say we don't need Collapse. We can fight regardless. We can defend this tower at least regardless. And
a very interesting game in comparison to that first one that felt like it was over pretty much after the laning stage. Like both of these teams have ways of actually playing the team fights now with the Weaver, Agon, and Scepter. It just adds another dimension to the way OG can approach the fights.
I mean, team.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Misha's gone.
3 hits literally. Boundless Strike and 1 Echo Saber connection.
Dead in 2 seconds. Never feels good, really. Never feels good.
Yeah, one thing that I worry for Taiga is the next item that he's going for is the Lotus Orb. One problem with the Aghanim Scepter, like it's great, you love this Weaver Aghanim Scepter, but it's nowhere near as powerful as it used to be because of the range. And you just might get caught. You go in and you get caught like this.
Yep. Excellently demonstrated. Mira's coming in from the side as well to further commit to the kill here. No grip needed. Tiger goes down. Great pick off here from Team Spirit.
I love how he actually saved the grip. Like and it was pretty much in the nick of time that he died, right? 1 more second and he has enough space to use his ulti. Very well calculated.
Yeah, I mean, if Weaver's dead, that's great. If Weaver's dead and there's still grip available, that is so good for Team Spirit. Yeah. Team Spirit.
Usually when you watch OG, you expect their offlane to be, you know, doing some moves, right-clicking away. Like He's been a semi-carry from the offlane most of the time. Now he has that Basher as well. This Night Stalker hurts during the nighttime.
Yeah, but it's been refreshing to see Amar playing a very different game. You know, he's been sacrificial as much as Collapse has been, maybe even more so, just playing in the top lane, constantly being deep. And, you know, he's not focusing on himself this game. So it's cool to see him playing a different style of Dota than what we've previously seen. But then still building the Basher because he is Amar.
Being sacrificial, but still gonna carry a little bit, you know?
Yeah. You know, you can take the... oh, here we go. Jumping in the front lines. They want to throw up the OD straight off the bat. Great stun in from Misha. And that's going to be 2 cores dead off the bat. My goodness, there is not a chance in hell for Team Spirit to fight back into OG in this one. They find the perfect angle of initiation. And Utura's going to get out, but that was just great from OG.
And it's even Team Spirit's vision that was around, right? On that cliff, they had a good board. They saw the smoke break, but you still cannot do anything about the Night Stalker blinking in the behind, popping that BKB and just eliminating the supports. Bane, he has a force step, so he forced himself away, but it doesn't truly help. Like, Night Stalker will still take you out. If you take out Bane, and the BKBs are free to use on the side of OG, and you can actually take a team fight, maybe even a side now.
I think that was a double damage TA as well, so, you know, pretty fortunate for OG, but just absolutely tearing the OD apart before he gets a chance to do anything. And if that OD is dead first, then your fights are just over. Bane couldn't save them because of all the different initiations going on. Yeah, great jump from OG. Man, these fights, like, I kind of wish they were closer because it's either one team or the other, and it's never much of a struggle for the team which wins it. Very, very interesting strategy to look at, though. Like, both teams will be pouring over the replays for this game, that's for sure.
Yeah, it really feels like OG, they got their stuff together again. Like, they're approaching the fights properly, they're not being picked off, they're moving as a team. Now they're a side up.
Haste.
All right, Team Spirit, not one to play from behind for very long. Smoke up from them. They're going to look for an initiation.
See the bugs? Just scouting out with Weaver, and because no one actually got connected to, they're moving back. They're even blinking out. They're reading this really well. They know there's a smoke coming.
Wow.
Okay, this is discipline, right? This is something that I expected from OG in the game 1 as well, but they're definitely stepping it up here, and maybe even smoke now. 10 seconds away from nighttime on the Night Stalker.
What a read, honestly. They didn't do that on a trap or anything. That was just pure gut read.
The smoke. Yeah, they used the swarm, and no one was showing on the map. So it's kind of, I mean, it's not super obvious, but it's pretty obvious.
All right. And now Roshan is back up once again, which means we have a brand new objective to fight over. Who's going to take it? We shall find out pretty shortly, I would imagine. Does seem to be OG. When the fights are 5-on-5, the last one did go the way of OG pretty convincingly, so it's hard to see unless Team Spirit can be very, very sneaky, which they can. It's hard to see how they will take the fight, though. And they're just a head-on-head collision.
They're getting some bonus utility from the Underlord now with the AC completed.
That's
on the other side. Can they? I'm not sure they can do this because of the trap in the pit, right?
Yes, but at the same time, it's going to be a quick Roshan. OG, they've taken bottom tower. They're sprinting across the map to try and interrupt this Roshan.
You're not fast enough for this. I'm pretty sure there's no way you do it.
OG are coming. Yeah, they're backing out the pit. They realize this might not have been the best idea as they jump onto the Dark Willow. Immediately, Yuragi popping the BKB, trying to fight into this one. But she is getting beaten down pretty hard, but in comes BZM with the damage onto Collapse. Meanwhile, Amar just beating up the Bane on the sidelines. Utura's going to jump on him, but it's too late to protect his support. Collapse is gone, Misha as well. Meanwhile, Amar flying, chasing that Monkey King. He can't get away from the Night Stalker, so he's going to have to jump on those trees and run. But Toronto Tokyo, he's going in here. What is he doing? He's looking for the target. He brings down Yuragi, but he's going to give his own life for this as BZM's just blasting away from the sidelines. The Templar Assassin completely untouched. She's going to rip through everyone, and it is going to be the fight going the way of OG. They push down the bottom tower, bait, move across the map, and the fight belongs to and Amar just wants to end. Look at this guy.
It's not. He doesn't want to end. He wants to bait out the buybacks. I believe at least.
I see. Well, I mean, you say that, but OG are turning up 3 heroes into the middle lane. They definitely want to force these buybacks here for sure.
Yeah. You force the buybacks and then you go rush. I think that's the... Or at least, it looks like at least the glyph is forced. It was... I would say even slightly desperate move from Team Spirit trying to go into the pit. You have AC, you have Desolator on the Monkey King, but you're not Weaver plus TA. You don't dish out that much of a damage to three-man the Roshan before they move in. And because you're doing that Roshan, you're giving all the info that OG needs, and then they can pick the targets they want to go on. Like, one thing that I'm seeing Team Spirit is lacking in the last, let's say, 5-6 minutes is they're not protecting the Bane at all. Like, every single fight, Amar, he has like a ballpoint ball mark on that Bane and he's just chasing him down.
Yep. Amar, he wants to cuddle this Bane. And Maposhka, you know, he's a bit of a... He's like, no, I'm not a cuddler, but not really getting a choice this game.
Just wants to be friends, a Night Stalker.
Yeah.
You know.
Amar the friendly. Oh god, a Missile Blade now finished up, and he's going for the Nullifier next as well. Yeah, he wants to be very, very friendly.
There's a shard now, refresher shard on Queen of Pain, so you will have double the BKB, you will have a cheese and the Lotus Orb completed on Weaver. The things are getting out of hand a little bit for Team Spirit, unless they can do some incredible sanities and Eclipse. Hard one to come back into.
I kind of feel like if they can take down the TA once, you can get it with the Wukong from the second life. You know, when you're playing against Monkey King, Aegis just feels a little less valuable. But look at Amar, he's always waiting where you don't expect him to be. Always looking for his best friend, Bane. He's sending him love letters, you know, he's liking his pictures on Instagram.
Stalker. Like a true Night Stalker.
Very good, very good.
Lane.
And now it begins. I mean, the TA's already lost about half her health. Doesn't want to pop the BKB on her first life, but she is going to suffer quite heavily for that. Is that going to cause them to back away, though? I doubt it. That's been revealed in the mid lane. Yeah, there it is.
I think they expected Taiga to use his ulti on TA there, so that's why they let her get damaged that hard. But Taiga couldn't really find the angle to approach her, or he decided not to time-lapse into Pit of Malice anyway.
True. Yeah, the time-lapse could be a bit of an issue when it comes to repositioning as well, couldn't it? Yeah, that's a great point.
Still though, they're farming away. There's the Aegis on TA still for 2.5 minutes. You could complete the Swift Blink if you wanted to. Or you can save for the buyback. It's one of the options on TA. I actually think maybe Swift Blink would be not that greedy, considering you still have the Aegis.
Yeah, it's always tempting to buy out when you've got that Aegis, but of course when the Aegis disappears and you don't have the buyback, then you're like, pump the brakes a bit.
And you're so late in the game, it's 14-minute mark, so if you die and you don't have buyback, it could maybe even end the game. They don't truly have the best pushing, but they're fast enough.
We're now 40 minutes deep into what's been definitely one of the most interesting games of the tournament. OG putting up an excellent fight here against Team Spirit and 20k gold up. They are set to take this game, but Team Spirit, of course, 20k gold down, 30k gold down. Oh, you never count this team out. And Aegis close to running off. Well, not really. Still a bit of time left to do something. But I mean, why aren't OG forcing this high ground, Lizard?
Well, if you look at Team Spirit, they can't leave their base. So why force something if the enemy team is not getting anything out of the map for the last like 5 minutes? This is not 5, let's say 3 minutes. This is very disciplined from OG. Now they might go for it.
Sleep up onto BZM, but the Lotus is out, which means that they can't really go for the grip. Not that they would anyway, not onto an Aegis target. That would just give OG basically swinging the doors open and laying out the red carpet for them to come high ground if they use the grip on BZM there. They'll continue trying to do some damage. Collapse just kind of tapping away at that refraction, getting it down. Meanwhile, Amar jump into the backlines along with Yuragi here. They're trying to go for the Bane, but I'm not sure they're going to get him. Refresher out from the Queen of Pain as they're able to take down Mirror again. Targeting the support so damn hard as Collapse gets straight on the front lines as well. OG keeping a tight 4 formation as I'll drop the hammer down onto Amar in the backlines. Toronto trying his best to take him down. Toronto, Tokyo trying to bring him down. He will be able to do that. Amar is dead, but Yuragi and BZM, they are still in life in this fight, but they'll back themselves away. Wukong's command kind of going to waste here, but also forcing OG out of their base. Tiger, meanwhile, on the high ground, he's rooted up, he's being taken down, he's got another time lapse to work with, but will it be enough? I don't think so. Tiger's gonna die. And look at this, blink forward from the OD. He's looking for Misha as well. They want to find another +1 to this. OG, they do lose 3 heroes inside this, but it was a lot of buybacks expended from Team Spirit.
Yeah, they forced the buyback on Collapse, on Bane, and on Dark Willow. I think you're kind of fine if you're Team Spirit with this. You protected your side. TA has her Aegis now reclaimed as well. She does have a buyback, but at least you're not playing against Aegis anymore. It was very unfortunate for the Team Spirit as well, the way that fight started. The moment the Knight pops, I just love how fast they are on Team Spirit. OD instantly pops Shivas because he's expecting the Night Stalker and everyone to jump on him. Night Stalker, he doesn't go on the Bane this time around. Hold that thought. Bottom lane.
Yeah, Toronto, Tokyo. BKB'd up, but BZM's here with the physical damage, forcing back Toronto, Tokyo, but he's got teammates coming in. Yatora, he's getting on top of BZM right now. They've got a lot of damage to pump out onto his TA. I don't think she's got a way out of this one. When that refraction is down, she just gets absolutely evaporated.
Now you have 90 seconds to perhaps go and force this buyback.
They want it.
Like, they want it for sure. Queen of Pain is still blinking behind. Perhaps she will try to creep skip here. However, Miposhka, look at him. Is he going? Is he going? Ah, man, he's so good. Like, this is TI winner stuff right here.
Is he gonna get the grip?
Yuragi no, because of the spell block. This is what messed with him in the high ground push as well. He actually used grip on Klopp in the high ground push, and she had that spell block, so he wasted it. This time around, he didn't use it, but Yuragi was a bit too fast.
At ready 25 talent, eh?
Broken there, just a normal casual, not all strong at all.
How much does Lincoln's cost, by the way?
It's enough time. You just need enough time to get to that 44-minute, 40-minute mark, and 3 Lincolns for Queen of Pain.
And now the tier 4 items are coming out as well. I'm wondering if we're going to get anything special. Is there anything which would be really... I mean, Leveler and Monkey King's always really nice. That's a great one.
I mean, they didn't have tier 4 items for a really long time. They came out quite a while ago, but they couldn't get them.
Fighting.
Yeah. They were just stuck in base.
Yeah.
Leveler is pretty nice. Meanwhile, Mira is still sticking to his faithful Philosopher's Stone, you know. Gold. Stronger than anything else. There's a Spell Prism as well on OD, which is really nice.
Ooh, or Relic. Oh, what a decision
or
to make.
Or the Relic. Yeah.
No, they give the Relic to Collapse.
Collapse, yeah. Or...
That's really good, though. Oh, no, never mind. Keeping the Flicker.
Giving it to Dark Willow in the end.
Plenty
all of these heroes really use Spell Prism and the Relic really well, like all 3 of them.
Yeah.
But I guess you want to have the Flicker on Collapse to give him some save at least, as he doesn't have a BKB or a Force Staff or anything like that.
OG with the smoke now. Roche has hit that minimum respawn time, and OG want to make something happen and put themselves in the driving seat once again. Ultimate popped from Amar. They're looking for a target. They're going to find the Dark Willow straight off the back here. Misha trying to follow up with the Blinking and Hex, but it's a little bit of a messy initiation. They'll be able to keep this hero alive a little bit longer, but no. They just sack Mirror. They say, hey, you know what? Passed. We lose our Willow here. That's fine. Good jump from OG.
That's no buyback. That's a big kill that they just made. There's no buyback on Dark Willow. You're playing 4 versus 5 for 90 seconds now. You might even have to sack top lane. Bane?
Blink in. That is, oh my god, that's a Bane. They need to keep this guy alive, and they know exactly that as Yatora jumps in. Great Wukong's command just off the backline here, just getting on top of BZM. Meanwhile, the Queen of Pain, she's actually going deep with Amar here. Both of them jumping past the Wukong's command. They're playing around the radius here as Yatora's kind of split the fight, but Team Spirit not really able to make anything happen with this. Wukong's command's going to go down. No casualties on the side of OG. They're trying to look for Yuragi here, but look at this. He's squeezed into that corner. How does he even fit in there? And, well, right now they're looking at the OD. OD doesn't have the BKB yet. Don't think Finger is out. The damage is in. Do they have enough to finish off the Outlaw Devourer? I'm not sure. Mark, I'm jumping in with Yuragi once again. Simultaneous jumping from these two. Grip out from a post in the backlines, but there comes the ultimate from Tiger, keeping him alive. Yatoro taking damage, hexed up, taking so many hits here. They're actually looking past him, looking for collapse, want to bring him down instead. Now turn their attention to the Monkey King. Yatoro being taken down. Yatoro is dead for 100 seconds. I think that might be it as a GG comes out from Team Spirit. OG, say game number 2.
Yeah, I'm actually so happy that we're gonna see game 3 in this series. Like OG versus Team Spirit, this new upcoming OG squad is looking so promising. I would have hated if they just banged out 2 games in a row after that.
feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one. I was an ordinary Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall, fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it in a sense, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Не отмечать АТФ на Найтсталкере, который все драки несет. BZM.
5 seconds remaining.
That is what you sound like.
OG's turn to ban. Team Spirits turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban.
Stupid. Brave, but stupid.
Team Spirits turn to ban. OG's turn to pick.
All you have to do is let me
Team Spirits turn to pick.
Que jogada foi essa, meu amigo? Meu Deus! Meu Deus!
Death. All you have to do is let me in.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Spirits turn.
Bang.
OG's turn to pick.
Monkey King.
Ten seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yep.
'OG's turn to ban.
Night Stalker.
Team Spirits turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Нет этой игры.
OG's
Там
turn to
хорошему под...
ban. Team Spirits turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Spirit's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Spirit's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick.
Shadow Fiend.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick.
Lion.
Ten seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Spirit's turn to pick.
Kinker.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban.
Beastmaster.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Spirit's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Team Spirit's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick. Team Spirit's turn to pick.
10. Que jogada foi essa, meu amigo? Que jogada foi essa, meu amigo?
Pennywise.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Slaughter.
Choose your hero.
Death. All you have to do,
That is what you sound like.
me in.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Чувак, никого не слушай, ты реально талант.
Prepare for battle.
Lose together, win together, slay together, slay together, slay together.
Все ББ, я ливаю.
De falar que bicho é esse aí, não. É um trem ali. É exato.
That was an unqualified failure.
30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
Который в начале будет там вводить крипов везде, и можно будет постоянно телепортироваться на этих крипов.
Да, кстати, насчет...
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Cut off.
Range creep. In case the Harpy zips him, he will deny the range creep instantly after.
Ah.
You see? They're even pinging it out on OG.
Yeah. Doesn't quite work out, but yeah, still really nicely nicely played by Toronto Tokyo. Just a bit of micro gameplay there. Sneaky.
He can't approach this lane.
These rockets are so obnoxious.
It's rockets and then chain lightning. Like, I feel bad for him.
Doesn't even get a chance to see if he can even the score with BZM here. It's well, the score isn't even actually. It was 1-1. Now, well, we don't know who's going to win this mid lane because Chen's just messing it all up. But cool stuff. All right. So let's talk about this top lane then. Of course, we've got Amar playing on the Night Stalker again. Is this just OG's answer to the Bane?
Well, it looked like in that first game, in that second game, that is, right? They answered the Bane really well with the Night Stalker. It worked out for them, so why not pick it again? This time, did they really adjust to it? I don't feel like they have. Like, you do have Roar versus him. And it's BKB piercing too, so that's kind of nice, right? Like you'll be able, the moment Night Stalker jumps in and goes on that Bane, if the Beastmaster has a BKB, he'll be able to pop the roar on the Night Stalker, and then you can actually turn on him. So that's definitely a play later on.
Okay, so they have a better answer than last time, and something to neutralize the vision game as well, which I felt was really important in the last game.
Yeah, I feel like it's way easier this time. Like last time they had the OD as an answer, but it's a bit more difficult to utilize your spells. Here you just point and click that roar and that's it.
Point and click adventure. Always fun to play a nice game like that. It's been pretty hard here. No kill potential, but we'll still get him in the tower. But so far, OG's lane's going absolutely brilliantly.
The top lane, Taiga. You called it brilliantly and they instantly feed. Why'd you do this, Nomad? Like, every single game.
Sorry, OG. Sorry, guys.
What kind of a sicko are you? You're just,
I'm using my curse for good. I'm making the game, this laning phase nice and equal.
I see. Well, SF is just fighting the jungle right now. He's given up on the mid lane. That Harpy is still on mid. Like...
Dude, it chased him when he went to get the bounty rune. It chased him here. Like it's kind of like one of those horror movies where, like, you go to look out your window, you just think you see something. You're like, did I see a harpy there? No, it's just the tree. It can't be here. Then it goes around the corner, it goes to the next jungle camp, and it's there again. Whoa, what?
It's reminiscing of the patch when you would always send the Harpy or the Wildkin. Wildkin was even worse. Like that, you just see him in the distance channeling that tornado and following you around. It was never a lot of fun.
Alright, what's your tour going for? Did I call it right, or change up the build since then? Oh, there it is. Midas
you were
quick
correct.
buy?
And it's one of those heroes where Midas is actually really nice. Same like on Doom, right? Like you benefit a lot from
great stun from Tiger. Catching out your turret there on the very tip of the stun, and this might just be a kill for Ramar and Tiger, though juking around the trees and your turret with the sprint. He's going to get his way back under the tower. He is absolutely hunky-dory.
There's also a salve, there's also 2 mangoes on Miposhka, so he'll be completely fine here. Gets back to almost full HP, and now maybe can't even go on Amar. It's nighttime, so it's kind of difficult to zone out the Night Stalker at the moment.
Yeah, it's tough.
Look at the stacks on OG, like they're really on point. So many ancient stacks, so many hard camp stacks. This Stinker is gonna have some fun.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He sure is. Can agents with laser, right?
Yeah.
Cool. No, easy then. He's gonna have a great time. He's already having a great time in the mid lane. Man, the Chen is basically supporting the mid lane, the bottom lane at the same time. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, now he's bringing the Harpy and this little pesky Mud Golem bottom. They are going on Uragi though.
They are, but he's going to turn around. He's got the stun available and the lightning and just all this damage pumping out into Mirror. Oh, great usage there to split up the golem for the double stun, but it's not quite enough. The Fairy Fire keeps Mirror alive. The Monkey King will get him back, but some really nice micro plays out there from Misha. I mean, we expect the best from him, from this Chen, and that is what he's giving us.
I'm just worried about this build really on Beastmaster. Like, he didn't adjust to the fact that he's playing versus Night Stalker and Chen. You're still going for this Helm Dominator. I guess you don't really have too many options in the current meta with the Beastmaster. But doesn't Chen just... He can still take that creep, right? Doesn't he just take the creep, and doesn't Night Stalker just buy the shard later on? We'll see. Collapse will probably...
This is cool.
Take some tower before that happens, yeah.
So BZM took the Ancient Camp by smoking up in front of it and just lasering it down with Rearm with an Arcane Rune. Never seen that before, but that is very cool. I mean, look at his net worth now. He is just ridiculous. I mean, Team Spirit, they sniff something wrong. Oh, BZM, he gets himself out. Toronto is going to take this hard step by the looks of it.
At least that, right? Like, I mean, not at least. It's a 5-stack. It's a lot of creeps, a lot of farm for Toronto Tokyo. But man, if we're just a little bit faster, they would have killed the Tinker, who now kills the Beastmaster instead.
Yep, cause and effect. If they were able to kill the Tinker there, then Collapse wouldn't die in the bottom lane. But there we go. They don't get the kill, and now they get punished for it. And this tower is going to take a ton of damage in the process as well.
Playing a Toro. Tinker did TP. He has a blink already, by the way.
Oh my god, yeah, that ancient stack gets him the 8-minute blink dagger. Are you kidding me? That is insanely fast.
Bane catches Tinker now.
As Mirror turned up for this one as well. The whole gang is here. Can OG defend him? Well, they're going to just take down the push straight off the path of PCM. I think his time might be limited. Yatoro is going to be the one to pick up this kill. And the damage comes through thick and fast on Amar. They are low on the dire heroes. Can they finish off Amar? He's running through the trees. He's going to get out, and Mirror's going to be the one that dies instead. Oh my goodness. Amar gets out on a tiny fraction of his HP pool. But if you live, you live.
Yeah, really nicely played by Uragi there, actually realizing that he doesn't have to be bottom anymore, it's even dangerous. So he rotates top, gets 2 kills for the life of his Tinker. Really well played. And I love as well at the same time how Yatoro he went into the Tinker and the Night Stalker, even though the silence was still there. He just stand up, he didn't care, he went for the kill. And it's the right call because they needed to punish BZM a little bit.
Yep. Can't let him get carried away with this game. Meanwhile, they found Misha in the jungle, but with this Tinker behind him, they really don't want to go for this. They just want to back themselves away. There's Rocket. They're doing so much on a push because HP, just 4 rounds of rockets, he's going to be dead, throwing a void as well, and that'll make it 3. The Toronto Tokyo is still just trying to bottle his way through this, but the rocket spam with Amar, he's a drone. He's not even playing a hero at this point. He's just giving vision. UAV online as Amar is going to be able to take down Toronto Tokyo. Well, BZM is. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, those are some seeking missiles right there. When you have a Night Stalker, it's same like the Bounty Hunter, right? Yeah. Mid-lane, Mira.
Did he get off the rearm? He didn't get off the rearm, and that's going to allow Mira to survive there. Actually, holding the Boundless Strike for the very last second of the channel duration saved his life, so nice heads-up play from him.
Nicely played. It's just that every time there's nighttime, Night Stalker will follow you around and you'll be rocketed to your death. Like, you need to find a BKB as soon as possible on your course. But SF doesn't even have Dragonlance yet. I mean, it's 10-minute mark. You can't expect for way more than that. But the Tinker with the Blink Dagger is already being a big problem.
Yeah, I feel like this is a strat which OG had been sitting on for a while, and they were just like, hey, you know what? We stand a chance to maybe take a series of Team Spirit here. Let's whip it out. Show off our Tinker. Tinker Chen. The Night Stalker in the mix as well feels very, very oppressive. And they've got so much as well. It's not just the Night Stalker, it's the Weaver as well, with Sakuchi to get in the backlines and bugs to keep the vision tracking going. These rockets are just going to be so hard to play into as Yatoro had to leave the top lane. It is 11 minutes, it's okay.
As you mentioned, this Weaver as well is giving a lot of info. Even though he's a carry, the Swarm will be extremely useful, right? Like you just cast it and then the Tinker can spam out his heat-seeking missiles. Hawk is going to prevent Tinker from perhaps like being in all his Tinker spots in the trees, but at the moment they don't really have any follow-up for that, so it's hard to kill the Tinker.
Yeah, that's very difficult. But that said, everything considered, it's still a pretty close hitting fade. It's only a 1k gold advantage for OG. Tinker did have this amazing start, which has catapulted him ahead a bit. But, you know, Amar's still not super farmed. He's pretty far behind the Beastmaster in that regard, so they do make up for it in some aspects on Team Spirit.
We were now with the full Maelstrom. The moment you get this, you can start farming the Ancients as well. The triangle is game, and you can start ramping up that farming speed. And
Misha. Yeah, it's just a dead Chen. Fair enough. They managed to catch him out of the jungle. Probably not who they were looking for, but I'll take it regardless.
They didn't choose anything, right? No roar, no big spells, items. Meanwhile, what OG is doing really, really damn well this game is stacks. Like, they've been stacking this triangle like mad. Like, there's already, what, a 4-stack? 3-stack?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 4-stack, yeah.
Yeah, won't be stacking it again here. And maybe, well, actually, maybe he's done at the right time. Meanwhile, though, BZM's just going to make sure they don't push in the mid lane, but I don't imagine Team Spirit are actually going to make a play on BZM here. Feels super risky to do so. The monkey's just bouncing around looking for some information more than anything. That's exactly what he'll do. Ooh. Oh, what information is here?
Radiant are scanning.
That's a full smoke broken up by him, but now they know he jumped. They saw him.
Forestation going on right now. Tiger's going to catch him out with the stun, but they don't have the right tree again, so Mira's going to be able to bounce himself away to safety. That is 3 heroes occupied for about 30 seconds.
But then Tiger actually had tangos, and Mar had the Quelling Blade. They just didn't use the best stuff to cut the trees. I believe they cut only the one, right? And it wasn't the right one, sadly, for them.
In that moment, yeah. Unfortunately, didn't quite grab it. They can see where the spike is, they know the general area, but getting it exactly right proved a bit tricky for them. So...
The game definitely slowed down a bit, right? Like, it's a bit more chill now.
Yeah, it did. It did. Have to do some actual commentating here, Lizard, rather than just talking about what's happening in front of our eyes. It's annoying.
Well, the Chen did steal another dominated creep, so that's what just happened in front of my eyes. And I
Hooray! Tiger got the tree. There we go. We get to kill Mira now.
You can keep your magic. I have laser beams.
He's still going for the Overlord. I guess, you know, the utility that the item brings is just way too high not to take it. So
yeah, that does seem to be the choice. Also, when you get those ancients, the Chen can't take ancients for a while, right?
Yeah, Chen, but you can eat them with the shard right around that 20-minute mark.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
All right.
Which will be pretty damn sad for Collapse.
Okay, so when it's the 20-minute mark, then both the Chen and the Night Stalker will be able to eat his creeps. So you got 20 minutes, you got 6 minutes actually, 5 minutes to make this Helm of the Overlord pay off. Better see some magic happening. Meanwhile, middle tower will
step it up, Collapse
comes in and grabs it. Yeah.
Well, he needs what? Just 1,200 gold more. So it's gonna be like around that 18-minute mark, probably.
All right. 2 minutes then to make that pay off. No pressure, bro.
Yeah.
You got this.
I mean, it's like on paper, it works the way we're saying. You just take the creep away, right? Top lane, BZM, all that.
Yep, they've got him, but at the same time, do they really have him? Because there's no one here to follow up on the post, because actually he's going to get punched in the face instead by a Mar. Goes down to BZM. It's, you know, it feels good as the Bane to catch the Tinker like that, but he couldn't just let his prey go, you know? He should have just backed away, but he was like, man, you want to kill
instantly afterwards. Because of that kill, right? Like with the Bane, you can sleep him. And he was doing that in the last game. He would sleep the target around those stairs, and that would be a follow-up. But this time around, like he's even doing it during night, so just feeds afterwards.
Yeah. First round of the game goes to Yuragi. We'll have that Ages of Immortality for the next fight. That's going to be pretty scary for Team Spirit to fight into. Any chance of killing this Weaver is now pretty much none. They don't have the lockdown outside of the Bane. And actually, they've got Bane and Raw. They can do it. But through 2 lives, it's going to be very difficult with a team behind him.
Yeah, Bane, Roar, Toronto, Tokyo will have that BKB now. But Mira...
Oh my god.
Will fall once again, yep.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
We really haven't seen anything from this SF. Like, I know it's this right-click SF build. It's not like yours. It's not supposed to be magic damagey. But, I don't know. Like, I expect to see some kind of attempt with Requiem, but Toronto Tokyo, he's just not really feeling like he can make any plays here.
Well, he might... No, he won't feed mid. Well, look, this game is like not a game for SF at the moment. Before you get the BKB, you literally cannot play this game. So what he decided to do is just stay back and farm it up is definitely the right action.
He disassembled his Dragon Lance.
Exactly. Now that he has it, he can start making moves. Or maybe they'll make a move on him.
Yeah, let's see. He's not holding it back. He's happy to show this BKB off to them and say, okay, let's look.
It's a game in which SF obviously isn't the tankiest hero. And then a game in which you're playing versus the Night Stalker that gets on top of you and then Tinker just kills you off. Tinker has full Shivas, by the way.
And in they go. It's Team Spirit's turn to make a play. They jump onto Amar here. They'll stun him up with the right clicks from Yatoro, and they will be able to get this kill. Tinker arriving a little too late to pump out those rockets to force them away, and that will just be a clean kill onto the OG offlaner.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Jumping in, Yuragi, shoving in this top wave, but of course has the Aegis. And that is one of the things which the Aegis allows you to do, you know, it's somewhat a fine tool in some regards, in that you can farm very aggressively, not be too worried about the team going on you because you'll have that backup behind you.
Yeah, exactly. It allows you to sometimes greed out with the item build as well. Perhaps allows you to skip a BKB that you would usually buy, and you can buy a Dragonlance or something similar. Not in this situation. He's still stuck with the same item build that he would have gone for anyway. He is getting closer to Lincolns, which is nice. Stop playing Boschka.
Yeah, it's been peppered a bit by creeps, by a Tinker, you know, just sending in the little army, the Chen army. And Anisha will be the one to finish the job there. And here comes Toronto Tokyo. He's popped the big ultimate right down onto BZM's face. There's no way out for him. The Tinker is gone. And that is the first big wreck of the game we have seen. But OG are done. They're looking for Mirror on the sidelines. They're probably going to be able to get him here. And Mar pops that ultimate and gets on top of that Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend, what can he really do? Toronto Tokyo is being peppered by Boron Uragi as he smashes him apart, but in comes a roar from Collapse, but they have finished off the kill. There's a finger comes out from Tiger to kill off Toronto Tokyo. Uragi, time lapse just in time. And meanwhile, there's a grip out onto Amar. They found another one, Team Spirit. They are making this fight work for them right now as Uragi going for the TP away. They do have the vision, but they don't have the interrupt. Uragi gets out, but a huge fight for the side of Team Spirit as they take down everyone except that Aegis carrier, and followed up by a pause as well.
Yeah, the two of their supports were kind of forced to buy back there in the end, and they didn't kill the Weaver. Nightmare was still on like a 1.5 seconds cooldown, but really well played by SF to TP straight into Tinker's face and use that Requiem. I feel it for Miposhka in this game, because you're playing versus a Chen. You're playing versus like one of the hardest heroes to play as Bane. You absolutely do nothing to the creeps. You cannot push waves versus all the creeps, and once they scout you out, the Shen can just send them at you, and you can't use that Nightmare or Fiend's Grip if they're following you and stunning you with the Centaur and whatnot. Still though, OG, they went a little bit too deep there with the Tinker. Perhaps he should have remained on the high ground. If he remains on the high ground, like, there is no way SF gets close enough to utilize its Requiem very well.
So very heads-up play from the Shadow Fiend, but slight misjudgment there from the Tinker as well, going a little too deep, perhaps.
Yeah, all set up by this ward that you see on the cliff right next to the outpost. It's an old ward from Team Spirit, and it gave exact vision of the Tinker. As well, I have to commend Mira for playing really well in that fight. He was so patiently waiting for the SF to TP and then to strike onto the Tinker together with him.
He knew exactly what he wanted. He knew exactly who he was looking for. And he found it. He found it, setting up beautifully with his team. Yeah, Team Spirit bait the trap, and they get themselves a fight. And it's a really, really close game at this point. But with that big team fight going the way of Team Spirit, I think it's very much even once again. Even though this Aegis does belong to Uragi, I'm just not sure they're going to be able to make anything happen with it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's close, but if you have a tier 2 to TP on a Tinker, you know?
Yes.
I think in any other scenario, that fight wouldn't look that close. Like, Team Spirit is 1k ahead, but it doesn't really feel that way. Like, the items that they have, like this Helm of Overlords, that's pretty much all of the networks from Beatmaster can be negated by OG in 2 seconds. It's, as you can see, Chan has queued up the Aghanim's shard.
Yep.
And
Let's check out Night Stalker. What's he got?
Actually, he's going for a different route. He's not buying the shard at the moment, it seems like.
All right. Send the Chen to take care of business then, and he will go instead for the Blink Dagger just to get them further catch onto those pesky backline heroes. I mean,
do you like the way do you like the way Amar itemized this time around? He's actually not going for the BKB because he realizes there's so many things that go through it. So he went just for a plate mail instead. Plate mail that's really good versus Slardar, versus summons as well, versus all the mined armor on Spirit.
Yeah, so like the way armor works, right? Like it's basically at 0, you know, +1 or -1 is going to be the highest impacting point of armor, and then every positive or minus from that is just going to be incrementally less impactful. So you want to just
it diminishes a little bit, something like that.
Exactly. So you want to stay, you know, just a bit above 0 armor when you're playing against heroes. It can be a very fine balance. We'll see exactly if he's able to keep himself in that threshold, because if you don't, you're going to get smashed very, very quickly by these heroes. The damage is going to look absolutely ridiculous when they get to that point. They're wailing on a hero which has no armor items, then they are just going to get squashed.
And there's just so many things, right? Yes, Sephora, the Corrosive Haze, then you have Orb of Corrosion on Monkey King. Like, there's just so much right-click damage if they get to right-click.
Yeah. For sure, for sure. And Team Spirit, they're feeling pretty enabled right now. They're going to go for the tier 1 tower in the lane, knowing that as Aegis has now run out. They have this Golem up due to that Helm of the Dominator. The Chen can't really get it close enough to take, but they're just going to drop everything onto the Shadow Fiend. But Nightmare's going to save him. He wants the BKB. Looks for the turnaround as they're able to blow up Pamar here. The misfire from OD. They don't protect the tower. They lose their offlaner. And Team Spirit lose absolutely nothing for that one.
It's just such a damn great performance, that team fight from Team Spirit. You know, you count them out, you feel like, okay, it's very difficult for them to fight off the Stinker, and then suddenly he doesn't look that scary after one single fight. Keep in mind that Weaver wasn't a part of it. But that's a big deal for Team Spirit, obviously. They were fighting against the team without their carry.
Yeah. Look at Mirror here. He's so unafraid of this Tinker. He just jumps in and kills off his creep wave. So another thing I think is important to mention as well is that when you have this Granite Golem up with that Helm of the Overlord, the percentage HP increase is going to be really nice playing against this Tink. You know, all those squishy heroes which take like 2 rockets and are suddenly out of the fight suddenly have an extra bit of HP to work with. You know, it allows them to tank 1 more out of rockets. That is the difference maker when you're playing against Tinkers.
Yeah, for sure. Until Chen takes that Granite Golem away.
Yeah. And then you don't have 15% HP, and the enemy team do have 50% HP.
Yeah, then it kind of turns around against you.
Yes, you feel like a bit of Wally in that situation, but he didn't take it that fight, couldn't get close enough. You know, if you're close enough to steal that Ancient, then you might be close enough to be punched in the face by your Toro, so...
There's a smoke, I think, cap here from Team Spirit, and they do have everything they need to actually take a good fight. I think they need to fight a bigger thing than Taiga, though. Frog. Frogging around.
Frog. Monkey, frog. Oh, that was a Hawk coming in at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Gonna stun up Tiger, and that's going to get them the kill off the line. Now this is a much bigger target. They've got the sleep. They've got the Requiem. He does just to get off the Sakuchi, but it's not going to save his life. Uragi gets dropped. Great catch there, Team Spirit. You know, they knew that they only needed a couple of heroes to bring down 1, and they immediately go looking for whoever else was nearby, and they find the best target.
Yeah, are we witnessing a complete turnaround? Like, the way that OG wants to fight this is they want to jump with the Night Stalker. That's literally what the hero does. Same what he was doing in that last game, right? But you cannot. Not anymore. The moment is roar, you just get roared and beaten down.
That's heals him to the Tinker. This Tinker's in trouble. This Tinker's in more than trouble. He's dead. BZM dead in the tree line playing with the monkey. It goes horribly wrong. 66. They're going for this Team Spirit.
Okay, they killed the courier first. Right. This should be...
Good job.
Yeah. Just literally every single hero went for it. Like,
they
it's so important.
Yeah. It's a Tinker's courier.
Maybe they saw something that the plebs didn't. Maybe the courier had the big item on it or something. Chen takes the dragon away.
There we go. Our Black Dragon now. And there's a hex out onto the Shadow Fiend. You're already doing a decent amount of damage. His Lincolns isn't gone. Got to be a little bit careful. It's Hamar on the sidelines. He's just getting ulted and punched by a Toro. Another hero dead. Team Spirit, where does this momentum come from? They're just barreling down on the OG base. OG have to answer this. And now they go in. Tiger dropping the thing. Oh, the BKB is going to purge off the finger damage. Not today, Tiger. And you Toronto Tokyo just smashing away at the barracks non-stop, and it is gone. And they just back themselves away. Team Spirit, they do the damage. They try to get out. Now, OG, can they catch anything on the retreat? Tiger just running forwards here, throwing out the stuns. It's not landing. Potion going for the TP on the side. Toronto Tokyo leaving as well. They do catch out of the very least the Bane here. Potion, though, playing ring around the tree, but he is going to lose his life. But I mean, 1 Bane for a barracks and a bunch of kills. Yeah, that's a good trade.
Not only for the barracks and a bunch of kills, it's the state of the game that you're in right now in Team Spirit. You figured them out. It feels like they figured out the way to play against this Fuji trap, and it's on OG to switch things around. And I'm not sure just how can they do it because of the way they itemized. Like, we praised the Night Stalker, I praised him for the plate mill. But at the moment, you still die, you know, like with it or without it, you still can't play the way you want to. Blink Dagger is such a huge necessity for Amar. He needs to find a way to jump into the backline, like he was doing in that last match.
Roshan very buzzed in the series, by the way. He respawned instantly for Team Spirit earlier on. Now he respawns just as Tide leaves the pit. I think the admins will have to investigate Roshan, do a bit of an interview.
Yeah, we need
sure.
we need the devs to take a look at this afterwards, just a little bit. But Collapse is sending his Hawk already inside, and I don't think that OG can take it in time.
I think you might be right. Oh, Tiger jumping with the stun. He's very far forwards on this line though. Mirror's just going to instantly drop out the Wukong's command. He has caught Yuragi in the stun as well. Yuragi's trying to take down the Monkey King, but he's got that armor, but the rocket's coming through. I think he might be a goner. In comes Amar though, the roar and the grip onto the Night Stalker. They don't want to let him get into this fight. Miposhka getting revenge for last game in a big way. 2 grips, 2 kills onto the Night Stalker back to back.
He's had enough of him. There is OG tempt into the pit. There is no grip, remember.
That's true. That's very true. Yutoro just trying to deal with these creeps here. Will nightmare up the dragon. It's important though that you can control these creeps because these are the ones getting vision for the Tinker rockets, right?
Oh, definitely. They're still doing the rush, and it looks like Team Spirit, they want to contest this.
This is a messy Roche fight with our team on both teams coming around. They found the Tinker, goes out onto the Tinker. Can they bring him down? BCN go for the TP way. That's not going to happen though. Yutoro gets on top of him, takes him apart. Mirror is dead, but what does that matter if Tiger's going to go down as well, being beaten in and now they're also coming out from Toronto Tokyo just to make sure they get the kills here and force them away from the area. But the Tinker, he's back with Yuragi. But they're doing damage to Toronto Tokyo. I don't think he's got a way out of this one. Goodbye, Shadow Fiend. And hello, Collapse as he's jumping onto BZF, but he doesn't really have much health to work with here. Yeah, that doesn't work out too well for him, unfortunately. Amar still looking for more, but it's OG who are back into the pit. Yes, it costs them a fair few buybacks from the Tinker and the Night Stalker, but they are going to claim this Aegis for themselves.
Monkey King jumping around. Maybe tries to snatch it with Boundless Strike. Just the kill, I mean. Yeah, that looked alright for Team Spirits, right? They went in, they contested it, they caught the Tinker. I guess they didn't count for the buyback. Because the moment Tinker buybacks, your team fight is so lost. He's jumping on the high ground. Everyone from Team Spirit was in the river and he's just having a blast, sniping them off.
Ooh.
Exactly the fight that OG needed, this rush fight, even with the buybacks.
Very good stuff. I mean, yeah, as we say, costly. They paid a price for it. Spirit wants them to pay a price, which means their lead gain isn't quite as huge, but still really big. And they found BZM. This isn't good. This is a buyback Tinker. I mean, he has got an Aegis. His team needs to get here. And they need to get here now because BZM is losing his first life. Yutoro blinked a little bit awkwardly here, so couldn't actually right-click the Tinker, meaning he survives a little bit longer.
Can't hit him.
Still stuck in the trees, and then he finally blinks himself out as he starts pounding where the Tinker taking down to 400 HP, 100 HP. He turns it around. He's gonna live, and both the Team Spirit heroes die instead. Oh my goodness, that was close. Yeah, Team Spirit were coming in, but they are not anymore.
And the rest of them are fine to get away, but that blink from the Slardar, the 1-3 is separating him from that Tinker, and he literally cannot attack him because of it. That was just so unfortunate for the little fish.
Yeah, no, I mean that's why I don't see fish in forests, right?
Yeah, exactly, that's the main reason. Although there are some that climb trees and whatnot. Did you watch the...
Fozzie is a weird place too.
It's not... maybe our TV is lying to me again, you know, just making fake fish. Making propaganda. Yeah.
Well, with these 2 heroes dead, they will take this bottom tier 2 tower. Very nice for OG. I mean, I kind of want to see that again. I kind of don't like the Slardar just stuck in the trees. It was so sad. Like, if he wasn't stuck there, that was just 2 deaths for Tinker.
You just got me stuck thinking about that fish now. I have to Google it.
Okay.
Send it your way.
Thanks.
But yeah, Slardar, it's just one of those things, you know, even Roshan respawns in his favor exactly the way, and then he blinks behind the trees. Sometimes there are games in which just nothing is working out your way. You're playing correctly, but
oh no,
one misfortune after another.
I mean, for those of you that didn't catch it, you know, it's he just takes a step away here, BZM, and Yatoro's just like, oh. He's like, well, he's pinging himself. He's like, guys,
Lane Amar.
Oh, hold on, we're going to the knife. Here's a lot of damage being pumped into him. The Hand of God going to help him out, but not enough. Amar is gone. Amira, that is a deep jump from him. He's going to get lasered in the face. Kind of asking for that there as he tries to go looking for the +1, but accidentally finds +4. And that mathematical equation didn't quite work out for him. So trade for a trade. I guess Team Spirit will take that one.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a better trade for Team Spirit, right? Positioning based, but at the same time, Mira, he likes doing this, and most of the time he teams follow up. This time around, OG was just way too red.
Voice lines himself as well, which I respect a lot.
Brave? Brave but stupid, yeah.
Love
a nice
flame. It was. All right. Well, I mean, I guess we'll call that a neutral trade. Like, yes, it was a 3 for a 4, but the difference is minimal. And, you know, it was on OG's side of the map as well. I don't know. I mean, how do you envisage the next team fight looking? You know, what are both teams looking to achieve in these fights?
It's all about positioning for Team Spirit once again. Like, literally, they just have to set up this perimeter around the SF and Bane and protect this SF, turn him into this tower, this right-clicking machine. Top lane.
Uh-oh, Tamira's found him, dude. This yules onto the Tinker, doing so much work. Yatoro's on something. This time, there's no tree in the way. It's just him and the Tinker and the monkey.
Now the question is, are we going to see a team fight? Because Tinker, he bought back, remember? Like, he doesn't have it. That's 2 minutes without him.
Wow. Yep. It's OG's turn to play the mouse in this game of cat and mouse.
Like, they're really doing a great job catching Tinker.
Holy crap.
And that's mostly on Mira. But still, Mira catches him, follow-up is always there. I just love how fast they are at responding to each other's calls.
Moonshard Slardar. Here we go, friends. Here we go. Look at that fish slap.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, some attack speed from the Moonshard, from the Midas as well.
Yeah, just some.
Just some, a little bit. Then you have SF as well hitting together with you, that damage.
Yeah. The building aura also helping out a ton here just to make these towers melt like butter. And they need to do something here, OG, or they're just going to lose a Rax. What can they do? They have no Tinker. 50 seconds. If they engage in a fight here, they might just get killed off, so... Team Spirit aren't showing any signs. Look at Tundra. He's just shooting up the high ground here. He's not even taking the lower path. Absolute baller move as the Roar comes in onto the line. They want to take down the support as quickly as possible. Their disarm is out though onto the Shadow Fiend. He can't attack him, which means he is going to be shoved down to the low ground. OG, they are not overcommitting to this, but they are defending their high ground somewhat. But they've already lost the lane of barracks. But 20 seconds till Tinker's back. It will remain just one lane gone.
Tokyo?
Still.
They did think about going on him again, but this time around they opted not to. Like all these small little things, the way these two teams are fighting on the high ground and the reasoning behind SF being where he is, like it all makes sense. It's okay. SF might have been a little bit too brave, sitting and walking through high ground. There was an option for him to go with his teammates, but everything afterwards that happened was so good. The way that they roared the Lion so that he can't follow up and bring SF to like 0, like from 50 to 0, was very important. And the fact that they didn't truly commit on SF because they knew he has Satanic, they just disarmed him after the initial stuns and moved away. Both of these teams exactly knowing just how far they can push the limits, and, they don't go further.
Exactly. They both of the. It's a very good point that they just kind of hold these lines so steadily. You know, we saw Team Spirit do that perfectly against Team Tundra, just holding a very, very disciplined fight in some of these games where they didn't necessarily have the team fight advantage. And here we're seeing a very similar thing, but this time from OG. When they know they're behind, they know exactly how much to commit and when not to overcommit. One thing to mention here is that the Weaver did just buy a Skadi, which is a huge item in this game, but it does mean he doesn't have buybacks, so got to be careful in this fight.
He doesn't have it, and also the Tinker, right? Like, the Tinker went for Ghost Scepter. He has had that Aghanim's for a while now, so both of these cores do not have buybacks. Night Stalker does have one, but that's about it. Team Spirit is in a perfect position to take this fight.
Let's see how this one goes down.
Oh, Miposhka.
Yeah, let's see him. Hey, buddy, how's it going? This is a great pick off for OG, but Team Spirit are actually coming in from behind. A couple of rope clicks thrown the way of the Night Stalker from Toronto, Tokyo, as he's taken to the front lines. Disarm is out, though. Yuragi's on top of him. He's dealing with the ward first, now turning to dealing with the hero. So you can see the priority here. Toronto, Tokyo holding its ground with that BKB, but Yuragi has found Mira as well. The arena not protecting him at all, really. And it is going to be Team Spirit who have to back themselves out from this one. I don't think there's a play potential here.
Collapse.
Hello, collapse. Oh dear. Yeah, he's being beaten in here. Yuragi, Tiger, everyone gets on top of him, and the Beastmaster will fall. OG take a convincing team fight.
From the buybacks, we have Miposhka using kids and Tiger using kids. But besides that, everyone else is kind of fine. It's a convincing victory because of the Beastmaster kill, but it's not the biggest win for OG there. I still feel like it could have went so much better for them if they caught Asset with the Lion, but that was prevented by the Slardar, who constantly knows the right targets and goes for them.
What a treat this series has been. What a treat. I'm so glad. I mean, there was a chance after that first game especially where we kind of felt like OG were just gonna, you know, flop out of it a bit way, unfortunately, like Tundra did, but that is not happening. They're putting up an excellent fight here against the bosses that are Team Spirit. And for the first time in a while, the Team Spirit streak has been threatened. 9 series in a row.
One problem Team Spirit is having, well, they're trying to fix it by smoking up. They understand that Roche should be up in the next couple of seconds. It's actually respawning right now. They already smoked up. They didn't wait for the Beastmaster. They need this outpost, though.
Yeah, Nigma, no, there is no subtlety to this whatsoever, because Roshan, he is a tiny little Roshan baby, but once again mirrors in with the Yules onto the Tinker. Toronto, Tokyo is on top of him as well as Yatoro, then plowing into the Tinker. He's gone, but buyback immediately. BZM knows he needs to be in this fight. This Roshan is everything as they have to grab out onto Amar on the high ground, but they need to take him out. The damage to them, they're not there because they're being shredded by Yuragi as they break down Toronto, Tokyo in response. He has the buyback of the Shadow Steam. Is he going to use it to defend this Roshan? Otherwise, it will belong to OG.
It looks like the T doesn't even have to. They're not really... Okay, he actually uses the buyback.
Yeah, they see the opportunity now, don't they? There's creeps in the OG base. They need to deal with this.
Exactly, they saw the Tinker TP is deep home, but he can come back very easily.
Too quick, it's too quick. Lion jumps in, tries to do something there. I don't know if he got anything from that. I don't think so. It looks like it's all in the hands of Team Spirit, and now this could just go horribly wrong. OG trying to fight here with the Tinkers on the front lines. That's not a sentence you want to be saying, as OG BCM's going to lose his life. They find the Tinker, no buyback on him. Mar trying to fight up into this one as well. I mean, he's punching away at Mira. Yuragi, he needs a miracle now. Right now, he's just getting punched in the face instead. Backs himself up. Amado is being beaten by Yatoro. The attack speed slide is coming in and slaying him down. Yuragi trying to fight out, but it feels like it's man versus the world. Buyback is available. Amar, he's going to have to use it here. He has no choice. Yuragi trying to fight up into the entirety of Team Spirit. It just doesn't seem possible. BKB up from Yuragi. But now they keep on chasing him down, and the Roar is there as well. They're going to take down the Weaver. Buyback out once again. They need to try and hold him, but it's 3 versus 5, and they are just going to call it there. No more fight left in the side of OG. The series will go to Team Spirit. Their streak remains, are now at 10 series in a row for the TI champions. They take down OG 2-1.
Damn, what a series. What 3 games